Assalamu alaikum. Uh, today is third day of Eid al-Adha in Pakistan, 9th of July, 9th of June, 2025. Uh, uh, yeah, me and my family have really enjoyed it, but though we stayed home most of the time. It's like, uh, the weather is getting a bit hot. So, I mean, uh, if you have seen my vlogs, I mean, it's some kind of economics mostly. But then I might be, you might notice that, I'm kind of presenting something which might be, impression might be that, I'm praising people unnecessarily. And there is a context to it. It's a genuine compliments, appreciation that I'm giving. It gives me motivation. That's how I am. I have been able to do PhD. I mean, you can imagine those students. I never took study seriously, but then when I went to Kaiser University, I started studying a little bit more seriously. And then what was the right way? We would observe our seniors. Adeem Malik, at Oxford University. He's a professor there. Hamza Ali Malik, our senior. He's in the United Nations, serving in the United Nations, was in the Central Bank of Pakistan, State Bank of Pakistan, distinguished career. There are so many seniors, immediate seniors. And then, of course, while doing a PhD, I could meet, economics department seniors, distinguished careers, juniors as well, really talented students. And I'm only talking about Kaiser University, one department. While there are so many departments, Kaiser University, there will be so many graduates and large alumni. And similarly, there are so many great universities. Personally, University of Management and Technology, I serve as a professor. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that it's kind of a habit that I try to observe people, understand how they have been so successful, talented, and my sample is mostly about Pakistan. So, of course, being a Pakistani, I would say, as an economist, why there is no sustainable economic growth in Pakistan, whereas I meet one of the best economists of the world. Yeah, I mean, they have not really published in top tier economics journals, or I have met technocrats who really know economics well. I mean, Adeem Malik and Hamza Ali Malik are great examples. And then such a talented economist would then have their heroes in men and women, in political leaders, in senior economists or senior technocrats. So it's kind of it's a genuine, out of sheer curiosity to then be educated and to really understand that why Pakistan has a great potential. It's not rhetoric. Yes, I'm sure. No, I'm not a politician. Why should I use rhetoric? So that is why, I mean, Pakistan this nation is united. I mean, with this, this is the war which was imposed by India a few days ago, and now nation is united. I have observed living in Pakistan for like 17 years after the PhD. I know a bit of how West works. I have met people, made friends in Europeans, Americans, Canadians, Latin Americans, Africans, Asians, Chinese. So I've got a little bit of an international orientation as well. And then of course this Indians. I mean, of course, as far as the Western world is concerned, Indians are really talented nation. You will find Indians at the top position in the Western countries, in businesses, in government, in universities. So it's kind of it was that I didn't find a lot of something which might why Indians are standing out with such quality of their education or their talent represented through their career progressions, whereas at the same time I have friends, my class fellows, Asman Jar, Nadeem Aftab, Ahmed Nawaz, or Javed Khurram Mirza. Maybe I know I'm not a really successful professional, but having that, this is kind of it is kind of a quality that I have not earned. observing, understanding the strengths of people, and especially Pakistanis, will allow me to then understand that yes, Pakistan could be the next Asian tiger, and that is a statement out of knowledge and observation, and definitely studying a lot of economics and writing about it. Today, yes, Geo News, this Abdullah and Huma. Huma has studied at Kaidan University, so I know her in a sense that it's a familiar face. She was probably in defense and strategic studies. Uh, I mean, of course, such a distinguished career Huma has in media, and Abdullah is kind of is a great journalist. Well dressed and well spoken, and something which makes this morning show out of ordinary. But then somebody who is a pioneer, and yes, absolutely, Mali Halodi, who does not know her, who has read newspaper even decades ago in Pakistan, would know her, would know the story of Jang Akhbar Group and the news, the English newspaper that so colorful. She was most probably the first editor of the news, and she changed around journalism. Of course, I was just completing my metric, and we were fascinated. The Us magazine, the New magazine, and those interviews of celebrities or intellectuals. And the quality of the paper. It was fascinating story. And then, of course, but let me say a few words about Malia Lodi first. She's a distinguished professor, PhD from London School of Economics, and then being an editor, and then being an ambassador, and in the United States of America, and then having a position in United Nations, leading position to represent Pakistan. It's a common story. My senior, my supervisor, Dr. Rukhsana Kaleem, she's serving in the University of Management and Technology. Impressive. Women have marked, their kind of professional excellence. This is a great story. This gives confidence. These are the people who have made this country what it is. Of course, I know that there is a large discussion, and one of it can be represented through what I'm going to discuss. Is that media? Media. Talat Hussain, from Kaidan University, most Kashif Abbasi. These media, generally, especially, they are not really representing English language. It's a popular Urdu electronic media. The values, the professionalism. I'm saying being a PhD, and knowing a bit of economics and writing about it in several books. Let's assume, whatever the quality is, that's a separate thing. But it's good that I may speak good English. I can write in English. I can make good arguments based on economics or sociology, or even scientific method, which can use the arguments based on physics or mathematics. So yet, this the political economy aspect. So why Pakistan has not be able to achieve political stability. Who would Mir Khalil Rahman most probably? Who would, or his sons? Because it's the owners of Geo Media or the news or Jang Akhbar, who would send them to jail or prison term based on some flimsy this is that they have amassed wealth. You don't do this. Pakistan. That's one of the reasons. You will find me steadfast in praising. That is why I thought that I have got this added up skill that I have observed people since I was in my teenage, and try to understand people, try to understand leaders, try to understand bureaucrats, try to understand people who are senior to me. And then, I'm now 48 years old, I have a PhD in economics, I have met with Western, I have friends made friends of every age group in Europe and then in America. I've met Latin American people, African. I can speak a bit about Africa as well. This, Pakistani education standards are quite good. I mean, yes, in every class, let's say in my class, which was 96 class batch in Kaiser University, there were like 40, 50 students. And of course, just 10% of students would mean, 4 or 5 students or even 10 students would make their mark. And now imagine it's one university, one economics department. So there is, and yes, talent is does not really be restrained to the level of education you